Hey, this is Mike with East Coast Lumen Outposts, and I got another video today, and this one is on this flashlight, and the company is TrustFire, and this is the MC5. So yeah, let's get into this. First of all, TrustFire. A lot of you might not know about TrustFire as a company, but they have actually been in the flashlight game for a very, very long time. Back in the day, this is back when the LED of choice, the highest tech LED, was the XML, and some people might remember that LED. But back in the day, and this is probably 12 years ago, TrustFire had some of the most innovative and really some of the coolest flashlights that you could get. Now, these weren't flashlights that you can get locally. You had to order them through a website like Fast Tech or Alibaba, one of those websites that would ship from China. And I put an order in, and this is probably 12 years ago, for a bunch of flashlights. I bought a ton because they were a really good price, and there's a lot of stuff you couldn't get over here in the States. And out of all of the flashlights that I bought, I probably bought like 15 or 16 different little flashlights. But out of all of the ones that I bought, these two were the ones that have stood the test of time. I still have them in my collection. I keep the batteries charged up, and they're just very cool. The first one is the TrustFire Mini 03, and that's this little guy. And it's a full stainless steel body, and it runs either a AAA battery or a rechargeable 10440 battery. With the 10440, the voltage is 3.7 volts, so you get much more lumen out of the LED. And this little guy puts out about 400 lumens, and for a little tiny AAA sized flashlight, it's, even to this day, very impressive. And back then, I was like shocked and amazed at how bright this little guy was. I would try to swap the little LED head onto like a pen light because I wanted a pen light as bright as this guy. And this is just a little twisty light. So very cool, very impressive, even to this day. And considering how old it is, it's even that much more impressive. Now this one, this has the XML LED inside. And this guy puts out 850 lumens. And this is called the TrustFire Mini 2. And this takes either a CR123 or a 16340 rechargeable battery. And same deal, for 12 years ago, all stainless steel construction, a nice keychain flashlight. With the amount of lumens coming out of this tiny little flashlight, super impressive. And even to this day, it's still extremely bright. I really love these two little flashlights. And that always stuck with me. TrustFire, even though it was just like a blatant Chinese company, TrustFire always stuck with me. Throughout the years, I don't know why, I never really got into any of the other TrustFire flashlights. And basically, it was because none of the designs ever stood out to me. But this light, TrustFire actually reached out to me, and they said, hey, if you don't have any TrustFire flashlights, we would love to send you one. are you interested? And I said, yeah, I actually have a couple old TrustFire lights that I love. So they sent out this TrustFire MC5. And this little flashlight, it's actually a special edition color. Shows it's a 14-year anniversary edition. And this little flashlight, it takes a 21700 cell, and it actually comes with a XHP 70 LED inside. And if you know about that LED bulb, it's very bright. At first, when I started playing around with this light, I didn't like it that much. And the reasons I didn't like it are because of the proprietary magnetic charger. Now, if you have lights that have a magnetic charger, it is very nice. It's convenient. You could just, clip the magnet on and it charges, and that's easy. But the downside of that is if you have a light that uses a magnetic charger, you only have one wire, period, to charge that light, unless you have many magnetic charging wires, which is unlikely. And if you lose that wire, or if you can't find it, if you put it away, it makes it a pain to charge. At that point, you have to pull the battery out and charge it in a regular charger, which isn't a big deal, but it's just not very convenient. What I would suggest, and what I think is a much better option, is just to have a USB Type-C charger. Instead of a magnetic charger right here, a port, even with a little rubber flappy thing, I think it is much better than a proprietary magnetic charger. The other reason I didn't like it is because of the user interface. And basically, as you can see, you hit the button, it doesn't turn on. And when you have lots of different flashlights like I do, a user interface that is different, it makes it hard to remember. Out of all the flashlights I have, some of them click on, some of them, it's two presses, some of them have a second switch, and with all the different lights that I have, it's just tough to remember what the user interface is for every individual light. For this light, real quick to go through the UI, it's push and hold to turn it on. It has mode memory, so whatever setting you leave it in, it's gonna turn back on into that setting. And then it's one click will cycle through the modes. So you have low, medium, high, and then turbo. And the turbo is super bright. It puts out 4,000 lumens, which is incredibly bright. And then push and hold will turn it back off. So what I wound up doing, and I've had this light for a while, I actually put this light in my home tool bag. I have a tool bag here that has all the tools I use at home, and I made this the light that stays in that bag. So if I'm doing some work around the house, this is the flashlight that I've been using. And I've actually used it a ton over the past probably month, and I've actually grown to really like it. After using it for a while, I remember the user interface. It's just click and hold to turn it on. One click, cycle through the settings, and then click and hold to turn it off. And after using it for a while, the UI became easy to remember. And the main thing that I really like about this light is, I guess that I've used it for a month and I haven't had to charge the battery. And I've used it a ton because I do a lot of projects and a lot of stuff around the house. And, this kind of turned into my like home work light. And I'm actually going to keep it in that bag. Now, the other thing I like about it is it's not a very expensive light. It does have a magnetic base, so you could clip it on something and use it. I actually tore my washing machine apart and used this, and the magnet came in handy when I would clip it up inside the barrel of the washing machine and illuminate what I was working on. And it's kind of just been a nice powerhouse for me. So yeah, this is the TrustFire MC5. It's a very simple looking light. It's very elegant. No real, thrills, nothing crazy about it. But for what it's meant to be, it actually serves its purpose really well. And the battery life is extraordinary. So if you guys want to check this TrustFire light out, I'll put a link down below. You could check it out. And yeah, thanks. I just hit 500 subscribers, which is incredible. I started this channel just because I love flashlights, and I kind of wanted to share that. So the fact that I have 500 subscribers right now is yeah, super impressive. That makes me pumped. So keep keep checking in. I got a bunch more videos coming out soon. I got some real impressive stuff I want to show you. And yeah, check out this TrustFire down below. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one.